Hey there, friend, and welcome to my January 18th. Starting off the day here with a little bit of video editing. The dogs are just chilling, but this is often the first thing I do during the day, at least recently, before I get into anything, before I make food, before I change, as you can see, just kind of get into video editing right away, which I like because it allows me to be creative to start the day. And I think it's really beneficial to have this creative stimulation of the brain before going into anything rigid, into anything stressful, into anything that requires a bit more pressure and even like focused concentration. From there, I started prepping for an interview that I had that morning and just started to do some breathing exercises. You'll notice it looks a little weird there, and even did a little bit of, dancing like an idiot. Was specifically doing this to move some anxious energy and to just kind of get goofy, and because I also knew that I was on camera. Hello, this is Ben. Kathleen, how's it going? I'm good. How are you? Cool. Yeah, it sounds good to me. Alright, you too. Bye now. So obviously I knew that this was going to be the challenge throughout my process here, but the gap on my resume and being out of the field for a while. There's nothing I hate more than feeling like I can't fully confidently answer something. So when I get asked the question of like, oh, have you when was the last time you looked at this, or have you been looking at this recently? I'm like, no. It just like I love being able to just like feel really grounded in what I know, and because for me there's like an integrity piece of it. It's like I like to be the person that is going to be knowledgeable, that is going to be dependable. Dependable is really kind of what I'm looking for. And so like when I can't answer things, or like when I can tell they're like, oh, okay, it just is like, fuck. But I think it's because like I know that I am a hard worker, I know that I'm a good worker, I know that I'm going to be an asset to somebody. Like not being able to clearly articulate that through just kind of like the nature of the situation it's just like so frustrating. Excuse me. But Yeah, so that was my interview for today. I'm supposed to have another one lined up and just hasn't gotten scheduled. But yeah, this place is actually local to Raleigh. It sounds like a really cool company. So yeah, I mean, it's really throughout this process, the thing that I have to just like full surrender to is that um, at some point somebody is going to give me an opportunity, but there's going to be plenty of doors closed. You know, I'm going to be escorted out of many rooms. Aside from that, you know, it's probably like 1 in 10 places will give me an opportunity, and it has to be the right fit for me. Then it has to be the right salary range, all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, it really does kind of feel like it will happen at some point. It's just a matter of like, when will that be? I guess my takeaway though is that it's going to require even more work to get myself kind of like caught up and back in the space than I thought it was going to. I was like, oh yeah, just kind of like, you know, brush up on these things and I'll be good. But between how the industry's changed and between the, like, you just have to know your shit from a technical standpoint. So with that, it's just going to take a lot of effort on my part to make sure that I am shoring up the whole, you know, the gap in my resume. You know, can't do that completely, obviously, but I kind of have to do my due diligence in order to, you know, be worth somebody taking a chance on. So that's kind of my biggest takeaway at this point. After the interview, I moved into finishing up the video editing and getting ready to post that, which is why I'm playing with my iPad and the computer. And I'll show you a little bit more about that here. Once I've finished editing my graphic in Canva for my thumbnail, I will go into YouTube and open that up, upload that thumbnail, and then I can finally publish it. Usually put on a few tags there just to make the video a bit more searchable if there's something specific, but otherwise the video is up and posted. Here's a screen recording of what I do on my phone then, because I've been sharing this to Instagram daily. So I pop in here on my Canva app, I download the picture. It's actually the correct one there. I know that it's always the first one, it just doesn't update that way. I will download that picture to my phone. And from there, I will go to YouTube and grab the link to that video. So head on over to my channel, open it up, grab the link, and then bring that over to Instagram, because now Instagram actually allows us little guys to share links, which is absolutely awesome. But yeah, I will finally post the picture and then I can attach the link and some text from there. After lunch, I moved right on into some of the things that we touched on in the call that I didn't quite have a great answer for, something that I haven't been studying yet. And yeah, just wanted to jump into action there and try to do my best. I started to get my hands in the tools then, instead of just learning conceptually, which is the best way that I learn. So wanted to dig in there, and that felt really good to at least get in there and feel like I could speak to it going forward if needed. up my day here by playing some video games in my room by myself. One of my favorite things. It just really helps me to relax, and it's something that I struggle a little bit with when I am trying to make something happen. So I'm trying to not force myself to work all the time and to be able to take a little breather. I did end up getting a little bit more done though on the studying front before the night was over, because I had felt rejuvenated by giving myself that time. And yeah, just got to hang out with my wonderful fam. See you guys tomorrow.